Excellency, the Bar Council is here today because it is in order for us to come here, firstly, to congratulate you. We did that earlier on. The Africa Bar Association is equally excited that Ghana has shown the way, and they have decided that come October, from the 19th to the 23rd, they would want Ghana to host the African Bar Association Conference. And so we are ready, willing, and able. And Mr. President, at the opportune time, will bring the necessary invitation. But for now, Mr. President, the dates are the 19th to the 23rd of October. That conference comes after the National Bar Conference, which is to be held in Wa. Mr. President, for the first time in the history of the bar, the conference is going to be held in Wa, and it's going to be held from the 14th to the 19th of September 2025. Mr. President, in respect of that conference, we'll do the necessaries as well. Mr. President, when we assumed office, as is our mandate as a bar, we are to assist the judiciary. It came to our notice during our visit to the Upper West region that they have an uncompleted court complex. They intimated that funding was available up to a point, but they required extra funds to complete the said complex. Mr. President, we think it's appropriate to mention this because the numbers at the bar are growing, and so is practice. And therefore, the space is needed to ensure that the justice delivery system has the necessary amenities. Likewise, on the drawing board is another court complex which is much needed in Cape Coast. Mr. President, as a result of the effects of the sea, it has become pertinent that Cape Coast should have a court complex which would assist in ensuring that they do not have the occasional issues relating to their current court premises. Lastly, Tema. Tema is a real growing city, and it has been intimated that they are in dire need of a court complex. Mr. President, some years back, it was on their table, drawing board, but it seems it has dropped off. And respectfully, Mr. President, we want to bring it back on board because they are bursting at their seams in relation to the courthouses that they have currently. Mr. President, as a country and as a bar, we are guided by the rule of law. And in all things, we are eager to ensure total obedience to the rule of law in ensuring that justice is duly served. Mr. President, in our environmental matters, in our security issues, in other things that affect the nation, Mr. President, the bar is willing to assist in any way necessary to ensure that we indeed have the rule of law operational, and not just as a cliche, but it is felt.
The Bar Association is a very prominent association amongst all the professional bodies in Ghana, and you have been strong advocates for the rule of law, for respect for human rights, for respect for the Constitution, freedoms, and all that. And I believe that that role you play is important for our society to progress. We have started the National Constitution Review exercise, and we expect that the Bar Association will take a great interest in it. I believe they've started, they're going round, and when they have finished, I'm sure that they're calling on different groups. They probably would call on the Ghana Bar Association to find out if you have any views about it. And one of the issues we're confronted with is the issue of corruption and accountability in office. And so the expectation of Ghanaians is that this government will mount a stronger fight against corruption. And that is why we set up the Operation Recover All the Loot. It's not meant to witch hunt anybody, but it's supposed to be an instrument and a vehicle where it is possible for people who are whistleblowers and have evidence of corruption to be able to channel their reports to the appropriate source and have them investigated. And so before I took over, I set up a small committee. It was very helpful. We put in a hotline. They got more than 2,000 calls from different people alleging different things. Of course, some of them were useless allegations, but others too were important allegations. And so after synthesizing all the reports that were received, we received the official reports from the committee, and we handed it over to the Attorney General. And some of what the Attorney General is dealing with are some of the issues that came up in the oral. And so I just wanted to clarify that it's not an instrument for witch hunting anybody. It's an instrument for assisting in the fight against corruption. We're committed to the protection of human rights and investigation of significant killings or murders that have remained uninvestigated. And so I've urged the police and the investigative organizations to look more actively in cases like Ahmed Swali, and that is how come a first suspect has been arrested. We're hoping that his interrogation will lead to further arrests of people. There are several other cases like the J.B. Dankwa murder case, and we're asking that it be expedited in terms of the prosecution that is taking place and for investigations to be carried out to find out if any other persons were involved in some of those. And so those are ongoing, and then we also have the issue I thought I should raise of the judiciary and the perception of the judiciary. I believe that it is not anecdotal. I mean, several surveys asking Ghanaians, what their opinion of the judiciary is have not come out positively. And I believe that it is a duty for all of us to work to make sure that we have a judiciary that is respected. Year in, year out, you hear 12 billion cedis misappropriated, 15 billion cedis misappropriated. And how we deal with these cases are very difficult because of the constitutional procedure, parliamentary accounts committee and all that. But after that has happened, we must have a fast-track court where we're able to deal with this so that we deter people from just misusing government funds like that. Government is open to working with you, particularly on our side of the political divide. There's this perception that we have a problem with the legal fraternity and things like that. I think that if you look at the kind of people, Marietta and all of us sitting here, we're not people who have any such animosity towards the judiciary and the legal fraternity. So our doors are open, our hands are open, and if you think that there's anything that you should bring to our attention, don't hesitate at all.